Hello, everyone. Week 11. A lot of things going on. It's raining right now. Haven't had rain for a little while. I guess we kind of need it. A good autumn rain is coming in. The window is open because I need some cool air, but hopefully the road traffic isn't too big of a problem. Uh, the feedback project. I'm very happy with it. It was the first time trying the feedback online and using Discord, so it was very helpful. You were effectively you were beta testing the idea, so it was very helpful. And it was good to see you discuss. And then I'll give you feedback on your feedback, and then I'll send feedback from your teammate, from your classmates rather, to you, so you can get more positive things. You got a bit more constructive feedback from me before. Oh, some very good news. We're gonna have class together in person weeks 13, 14, and 15. Especially we need to, I think we do. So with this exciting new things, we gotta make it special, and I think that's what we're gonna do. So we still have week 11, week 12 separately, but weeks 13, 14, 15 be in person. So I want to make sure, I want to have it worth our while, so to speak. And we'll talk a bit more about that later. But we really need to take care of some of the pronunciation and kick that out. And as of the time of this recording, not everyone's finished their Flipgrid, but it's really nice to see you do the very, very, and I can see your mouths, and it's helpful for that. So I'll be giving you feedback directly, and that'll be individually a private feedback. So I tell you where your lips are, things like that. It's kind of, to me, it's quite gross actually, but that's my own things. So we've got last 3 weeks in person, in class. I'm excited. You should be excited. We're all excited together. So we're going to have one more lesson, but this will be more focused on, micro lesson. And this will be focused on helping students overcome pronunciation problems. So this is why we need to make sure we go over these pronunciation sounds, and we know how to make these sounds, and we understand how we make these sounds ourselves before we teach them. And for that, the final teaching, the presentation lesson that you'll be doing, I think it has to be group, just for time. Stop. There's a Costco outside. Everybody gets mad. Now, I think it has to be group. A group lesson because of just time consideration. That's not a natural natural. It's not natural. You're not going to do group teaching in the wild, but it's how we have to do just because of the time considerations. But we'll get into more detail of that a bit later. So, but we do have that. So today we're going to go back in the consonant sounds, practice some of those, and you'll be getting your feedback later this week, and all those wonderful things. Oh, wrong way. All right. We have ch and j. As you can see, ch, the lips are open, the teeth are slightly open, the tongue is going up to the alveolar ridge, ch, 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 ch. And j is the same placement with the lips and teeth and tongue, just with the voicing. And remember, voicing is moving the vocal cords. Remember, if you ever get confused, put your fingers on your throat, and when you feel the shakiness, that means it is voiced. So, ch, 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 ch. J, 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 j. You can feel the difference. Let's take a look at the j in sentence. She likes being on stage. J, 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 j. Turn to the next page. J, 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 j. Do you like jam? J, 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 jam. I would like to apologize. J, j, j. Steve can jump very high. J, j, jump. Stop, it's dangerous. J, dangerous. All right, let's take a look at this. We can see j and ch in a paragraph and see if we can find where there's j sounds. Richard James was a soldier. He joined the army in March, right after his birthday. He liked to make jokes, watch movies, and listen to jazz. His friend Charlie and he spent their days off drinking gin in a local jazz bar. All right, so we're looking for the j sound. J. James, good. Joined, good. Jokes, good. Jazz, good. Gin, good. Jazz again. Is there one more? There is. Soldier, usually we've seen it with the pronunciation. It's with J or with a G letter, but with the sound soldier, that sound j, it's right there because we don't say soldier, soldier. It's a French-based pronunciation, as I recall, but it is there. We do see a lot of ch as well. Richard. March, watch, Charlie. There we go. Continuing on. They were real gentlemen and always tried to help the elderly, women, and children whenever they had a chance. The two of them also enjoyed teaching Japanese to junior high school children when they were off duty. So we see gentlemen, enjoyed, Japanese, junior. There we go. So j. All right. This one it gets a little more confusing. This is sh and zh. Again, we see with sh. This is the sh. Oh my goodness, this is not good at all. Sh, the sh sound. We see the lips partially closed, teeth closed, shh, and the tongue goes up against, not the tip, but behind the tip. As we call the blade of the tongue. Shh. If we open our teeth, what happens? It doesn't make that sound. This is why everything is so important in pronunciation. The mouth is its own muscle. If you have improper form, you're going to do the movement incorrectly. It doesn't work. The final result is non-optimal, as they would say. But for je, we see everything's the same except for the voicing. So the voicing is important. But usually we think voicing is it's usually it's a subconscious. It's just automatic, as it were. So it's something it's hard to be aware of, but let's give it a practice. So we see the je. So this sound is sometimes a bit difficult to think of, but it's quite common. So he brought a luxurious, je, confusion, not confusion or luxorcios. But I heard an explosion, not explosion, but explosion, television. So just casually. Some people say casually. I think they're just trying to be special or cool, but casually, it's fine. I'm overpronouncing to make sure that we all hear. Decision as well, decision. Let's take a look at this paragraph. Sean is an illusionist, and he has shows all around the world. His shows usually shock his audience. His latest one was on a big cruise ship, traveling across the ocean. He decided to use this occasion to do his special act. Let's say, we're listening for the zhen. Not the sh, but the zh. Sean, that's sh. Illusionist, zhen. And he has shows all around the world. His shows usually shock his audience. His latest one was on a big cruise ship traveling across the ocean. Is it sh or zh? That's sh, ocean, ocean. Not ocean, ocean. He decided to use this occasion to do his special sh act. There we are. He asked his audience for some patience while he casually walked across the stage. Suddenly, the ship rose from the surface of the ocean and was flying in the air. Much to the audience's shock and confusion, they found that their pockets were full of pirate treasure. It was Sean's greatest show of all. All right. He asked his audience for some patience, while he casually walked across the stage. Suddenly, the ship rose up from the surface of the ocean and was flying in the air. Much to the audience's shock and confusion, they found that their pockets were full of pirate treasure. Sure. It was Sean's greatest show of all. Lots of sh sounds. I hope you're not wearing earphones. It must sound very strange. All the ASMR things. All right. Now, let's take a look at some minimal pairings between the j and zh. This can get a little confusing, a little difficult. So let's take a look together. Virgin, 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 virgin. We can feel the zh. It's not j. Virgin, 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 virgin. All right. Ledger, 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 leisure, 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 ledger, leisure, ledger, leisure, ledger, leisure. We can feel the difference between j and zh and how long the vibrations are. The zh is a little bit longer, how I say it. And so you can elongate it to help differentiate your pronunciation. Pleasure, 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 pleasure. And legion, 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 legion. All right. So these are minimal pairings between these two. And this is the end of this segment. There'll be another segment as well. Anyways, we'll stay in contact. The final project will have its own assigned group project page because it will have to be a group project. So stay sharp, stay frosty, and stay dry. Thank you. And why are people parked out by... Don't park there. It's dangerous. So anyways, goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, with how things are, with how the rest of the semester is looking, I've decided we're going to jump right into vowels this week. Get that all taken care of. This is a later night recording, so I don't have my video feed on, but we'll make do anyway. So let's take care of our pronunciation with vowels. And then we will get to our project in more detail later this week. As mentioned before, it is going to be a group project. Thankfully, you're already in groups. You already have groups, your peer feedback groups. However, you have 8 of them. I think we can cannibalize at least one to take it down to 7, because we have 3 groups of 3 students and 5 groups of 4, I believe. So we can cannibalize one of those and make it a bit more even. Anyways, vowels. As you might remember, vowels are continuous. Vowels are always voiced. It is always I. So get ready to breathe and get ready to practice along. And I hope you've got some energy, because I need it. Now, let's not forget that... It's highlighter. when we're looking at vowels, which you can see the top, most of the top 2 rows are vowels here. And the I, U, the book, the U as in book, uk, and tu, they're different. So we'll get into that more too. So let's get into E. So we see the shape here of E, the long, what we call a long E, and short. These 2 words, Koreans, especially young learners, have a very difficult time following along. Sheep, sheep, ship, sheep, ship, sheep, ship. E, E, bean, 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 bin, bin, bin. Put the bean in the bin. The sheep was on the ship. The sheep was on the ship. You can really see here where intonation and word stress really come into play for comprehension and listening. It's just how things are. So I'm glad we talked about that earlier in the semester. It really helps us understand and better comprehend what is being said and be understood by placing stress on certain parts of the word, and it helps things be more clearly understood. Eat, it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. There we go. It's a kind of insult there. Seat, sit, seat, sit. Leak, lick, leak, lick, leak, lick. Cheeks, chicks, cheeks, chicks, cheeks, chicks, cheek, cheeks, chicks. There we are. The E. Now we have the E, A. We have the E and A. So X. Now this is how we say that is X, X, axe, A, E. A, A. Pin, pan. This one we can hear very clearly. Pin, in, an. Pin, pan. Min, man. Min, man. Said, sad. Said, sad. Beg, bag. Beg, bag. Bread, Brad. Bread, Brad. All right. Get into the E sound. All right. This is where it's going to get hard, especially for me. Going from the I to I. Now, especially these 2. We have a thing called drift, pronunciation drift. Over time, sounds change. Language changes. And in General American English, these vowels are getting closer to each other. So much so that I don't feel or hear any difference when I say these 2 words. Pen, 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 pen. They are exactly the same to me. Some people say pin, but that doesn't sound right to me. Now, bin, 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 bin. These are the same as well. I don't hear a difference. It's okay if you don't either. But this is an example of drift, of the pronunciation. Used to be quite distinct, but now it's not so much. This does happen. Tin. It's made of tin, a tin can. Ten, tin, ten, tin, ten, tin, ten. Very, very close for that one as well. Pig, peg. That one is different. That one, lickety split, no problem. Pig, peg, pig, peg, pig, peg. Bill, bell, bill, bell, bill, bell. Here we have again. Chicks, cheeks, chicks, cheek. Excuse me, not cheeks. Checks, checks, chicks, checks, chicks, checks. Those are very different as well. This one I want us to practice with. Hopefully, it's a good practice. We'll start nice and slow. The glitter getter glitters bigger, better letters, while the cinder cinders withers weather. Easy peasy. The glitter getter letters bigger, better letters, while the cinder cinder weathers weather. Good. The rich reach really real things. The rich reach really real things. The The rich reach really real things. I believe we talked about it. I can't recall though. We talked about ra and la. That's an L, just to make it clear. These two in Korean, of course, we have the phoneme liot, and this is combined. I've mentioned before that I have a very hard time pronouncing liot correctly because I want to separate it to a r or a l sound. So this is where the rich reach really real things. We have r, 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 la, r, la. So remember, for the R, the back of the tongue is back and going down. Rich. But the la, your tongue is going up. So if that helps, think about how R, the ra, your tongue is going down, and la, your tongue is going up. All right. Can an active actor always actually act accurately? Can an active actor always actually act accurately? Can an active actor always actually act accurately? Accurately. There we go. Andy and Audrey ate 8 acid apples accidentally. Andy and Audrey ate 8 acid apples accidentally. Andy and Audrey ate 8 acid apples accidentally. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Which wedge went in the waiter's wedding? 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 And lastly, I measured and made the meds that mattered. I measured and made the meds that mattered. I measured and made the meds that mattered. Here, you really, especially in these tongue twisters, you see the rhythm that comes out in language, where we have our intonation, our word stress, and our the rhythm of the sentence itself. It's in these sentences, these tongue twisters, that you can really hear them come out. Because I measured and made the meds that mattered. I measured and made the meds that mattered. Da 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 da. Makes it easier to talk like that. Makes it easier to talk like that. So it's something quite natural for humans, and the English language lends itself to. All right, now this part, activities, we're going to talk about next week, later on. So let's switch to the other lecture. Press some wrong buttons. Lickety split. All right. Let's breathe a bit. SpongeBob is breathing. We need to breathe too. Breathe in. Pronunciation. We're going to finish this. We have the oohs. Ooh. All right. Let's kick this pig. We have the and so Luke, look, pool, ooh, 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 Luke, look, Luke, look, Luke. Can I even say that with flat pronunciation? Luke, look. Look here, Luke. So, Luke, look. Pool, pull. Pool, pull. Pool, pull. I hope you're singing this along too. It's a pronunciation practice. Fool, full. Fool, full. Fool, full. Cood, 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 cood. Could, could, could. I'm getting tripped up myself. Could, could. Would, would. This is where you hear the idea of a long O and a short O. It's not. Those aren't the technical terms, but those are the terms we'll use in classroom English, making it easier for students to understand and conceptually understand. All right. Okay. Are you ready? I hope you are. He took the tools, boots, and books. He took the tools, boots, and boots. My goodness gracious, I can't talk to right now. He took the tools, boots, and books. Good. Good gold should soon look good. Good gold should soon look good. Produce the loose tooth. Produce the loose tooth. He would woo her, but she should shoo him. He would woo her, but she should shoo him. Good. All right. Again, we'll talk about activities next week. I wanted to get this pronunciation practice. I wanted to talk about the vowels. You'll get more technical detail, of course, with Professor Pakmier, but it's something that I wanted you to hear, and we're going to do some bit of practice on Flipgrid just to make sure we get those things done, and we are A-OK. Because as I've mentioned, I believe, in the last video, I think it should be this video. It'd be one long video. But in the previous segment, you're going to, your teaching will have a direct objective of helping with a pronunciation point. So you're going to be focused on a single pronunciation phenom. You're going to help the students correctly pronounce and produce a sound. That's what you're doing. This will all be written down later, so have no fears there. But it is something I really urge you to practice these sounds so you're comfortable with them as much as you can. And I'll keep you updated on our groups. We are going to cannibalize one of them, I think, at least. So that'll be exciting. And then we will, of course, have our next lecture next week. I hope everything's going all right. If you have questions or need further explanation, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about that. And what am I forgetting? I'll get you your feedback on your feedback. All that so you can take care of this next week. And I'll have your Flipgrid feedback on Flipgrid coming this week as well. Got a lot of fun things coming in. And we are exciting times all over. Have an excellent week. Thank you and goodbye.